This is the CRKT CEO, and I was saving its first use for when I get accepted to Harvard, but this is such a nice knife, it just begs to only be opening letters from prestigious universities. Like, if you whip this out, then you must be only wearing a 9-piece suit. But in this YouTube life, Harvard is almost as exciting as opening up a brand new office chair, especially when your old one looks like this. So the way I see it, there's two ways that this could go. One, this has to be a good chair because the original price was like $450 Canadian. Or two, this can't be a good chair because it was being sold for 50% off. I decided to give this a go anyways because I desperately need a new office chair. I mean, you guys saw it, it's falling apart. Remember in Friends when Joey is like sitting in his chair and he reclines and he's like, oh, and then he reclines even more and he's like, oh. Yeah, well, I'm hoping for at least like the first reaction, but let's see how this goes. All right, so let's dive into this thing, see what it's all about. I have high hopes, I think. I think this is going to be pretty solid. This is a huge ass box, that's for starters. See, it's always exciting until you open up the box and realize, you know, you gotta build something. So online it was saying that this is genuine leather, and it feels like genuine leather. It's actually quite nice. I'll give you guys a first initial feel. Ooh, it's comfy. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. I can feel it. Feels good. I feel like it would be good to time it out so that way you know if you do order this office chair. I'm starting at it's like 10 minutes to 3. So let's see how long this actually takes to build this whole thing. That only took, I started at 10 to 3, that took 2 hours. Mostly because I just gave up halfway through, but oh my god, it goes all the way back. Holy smokes, this is like a dental chair. Oh! just got smacked. Oh, okay, so this chair actually pretty sick. But what I was actually looking at earlier, I kind of figured out that I really only spend money on 3 things, and that's food and like bills, like internet and hydro, and that stuff you can't really avoid. Investments is another big thing that I spend a lot of money on, especially lately. Then there's photo, video, or like office / like studio equipment. That will include that in a separate category as well. Basically, anything that I'm going to write off as a business expense, those are going to be my 3 kind of categories. Other than that, though, like I try and avoid spending money on everything else, and I still wear the same clothes from like high school. So that's something I just definitely avoid. When I first started out in this business, I spent a lot less on food, 0 on actual stock investments, and everything on camera gear because that's pretty much how it goes. You can't make the work if you don't at least have like a camera or if you're doing YouTube, then you definitely need something like solid, like a microphone. But there's a whole long list of tools that you could need depending on whatever it is that you're trying to create. But this is my main point for you today. Depending on where you are in your creative journey, like cut down or flat out like cut out the stuff that you're just spending on money on that's not getting you actually closer to your goals. If you're like me in the beginning, like spend everything on camera gear, get the right equipment, make sure that you have what you need for the right job, and spend next to nothing on things like eating out, Starbucks coffee, or things like that. Now that I've been doing this for so long though, like I have all the gear that I could really need. I spend significantly less on camera gear and office supplies, and I invest more for the future. How you divide up your pie chart is definitely up to you, but if you're starting out and don't have unlimited funds, then every dollar you spend on things like clothes, coffee, and takeout, it just means that those dollars are taken away from the categories that actually further your dream. That's why I've held on to this like rickety old chair for so long, but now it's finally time.